Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, it's just some clips from our weekend in Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. We went down during the Ponies and the Smokies, went up to Gatlinburg, checked out Anakeesta, had dinner at the Peddler. So yeah, this is just some footage from that. I hope you guys enjoy, and remember to subscribe for more content. So we left work early on Friday and drove on down. When we got there, it was rainy, the weather was kind of dreary. So we met up with my parents, we went to a couple of shops, done just a little bit of shopping, and then we headed to the resort that we were staying at. Got checked into our condos, got everything settled in, and then we decided to go out and do a little indoor putt-putting. And that's actually going to be a separate video because we ended up playing I think 5 games of putt-putt at different places. So I figured I would just make an entire video, kind of like a little putt-putt blitz of different putt-putt courses down there. But yeah, so Friday afternoon, it pretty much rained all evening. As you can see here, the weather, it just wasn't that great. But this right here, we stayed at the Laurel Crest. Beautiful grounds. I love the place. And it's 2 one-bedroom condos that are joined with a foyer. And this is just a tour of our unit. One was a little bigger than the other one. This was, I guess, considered the deluxe because it had a dining area. But yeah, great place. It's comfortable. They've got multiple pools, heated outdoor pools, hot tubs, of course, which we didn't do any of that because we already had plans. We did bring our swimming trunks thinking we would get in the pool or the hot tub on the first night, but it rained all night and all afternoon, so we didn't get to do that. But as you can see here, very spacious units, and it's through Blue Green timeshares. My parents have that, so we were able to pay what they call bonus time and pay to stay. Very thankful for that because we kind of each had our own space, but we were joined together. And then this on Saturday morning, we got up and we went to the Sevierville Convention Center for the Ponies and the Smokies. I will say this, we've never been before, and really the only reason we went is because we just bought that Mustang, and I was like, oh, that'll be fun since we now have a Mustang. Well, it was $20 to park, and then when we walked over to the building, went to get in the line, it was $20 per person just to enter the place. So we were like, forget this. That's $120 between all of us to park and walk in the building. So these shots here are just some people that had their cars set up outside of the entrance to the convention center. So we just walked around, looked at those, just killed a little bit of time before we headed to Gatlinburg because we had our Anakeesta tickets already reserved. So this is going up the parkway, going into Gatlinburg. And as you can see, we had a beautiful day for this. The skies were blue. Temperature was good, a little bit of a breeze. It was a little cool in the convertible going up, but we had to take advantage of it because it was just such a beautiful scenic drive.
The trees, they are singing to the tune of a song, and the wind is gently ringing the bell that brings the morning, the welcome of the dawn. The voice of the robin, the call of the dove, the red leaves are falling, the barn owl is calling, the welcome of the dawn. Dogs will be howling in the early morning light. All are happy to be out in the ending of the night, the welcome of the dawn. nights are turning colder. Soon the falling of the frost. Soon the summer will be over. You feel the change is closer at the welcome of the dawn.
This was a first-time experience at Anakeesta for all of us, and sadly the chairlift was closed for maintenance, so we did have to take the Ridge Rambler, which is the shuttle, and they basically just drive you up the mountain. It did provide some decent sceneries as you're going around the curves, but I was bummed that we didn't get to ride the chairlift up. And they do have enclosed ones and open air chairlifts, but everything was closed for some kind of maintenance. So this was basically your only option, and it was okay. It's basically a one-way road. So at one point, the shuttles that are coming down, we had to pull over to the side so they could pass each other, and it was the same way when we were coming back down from Anakeesta. But, you know, hopefully the next time, we definitely want to go again when everything is in bloom and the leaves are on the trees. So hopefully the next time we go, we will be able to do the chairlift up and get that experience.
I just wanna go out on a walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out on a walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two outlines. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine. I just wanna see the same things you can see, understand the meaning.
So this section here is what they call the treetop skywalk, and I thought it was really a really cool thing to experience. You're kind of, you know, up in the air, and it's little swinging bridges from each tree, and then there's a little kind of a podium built around a platform around each tree. And basically with that, you know, it's only wide enough for one direction. So you go across the bridge, and if you've got people coming towards you, then you just, as you can see, you step to the side there so everybody can go around one another. Now, I will say there was a couple of times it was kind of busy, and people were just being totally inconsiderate to the fact that there were other people out trying to experience this. And we ended up all piled up on one platform. And that was a little bit nerve-wracking because you could feel the platform shifting, and I feel like there were probably more people on it than what needed to be, but it was still a really cool experience. I would like to go back when the leaves are on the trees, just so you're kind of under a canopy. And then I've seen pictures of at nighttime, they have lights running along the little bridges, and it looks just completely magical. This right here, this was the spot where people just kept piling in, and nobody was going anywhere. It was just because people kept coming towards us, so we could not go forward, and it was kind of a mess. But overall, it was a fun experience. The bridges, they do swing quite a bit. My parents, they were behind me there. They were a little bit uneasy with it just because, they are a little older, and I guess, with their balance and stuff. But you've got the ropes and the netting, so it's not like you're going to fall off or anything like that. But I would definitely recommend this if you go up there. I just think it was a neat little experience that they had up there that was just, included in the things to do with your ticket while you're up there.
Through the wind, I give in. I'm storming, breaking like the tide. Every time a bit dizzy, I close my eyes and feel the physics. I'm standing waiting, like an oak, I will stay right here in this alley and be closer to home every hour. And the earth is gonna hold me, show my worthiness as we get closer to home. Life is like
So after the treetop skywalk, we just kind of walked around a little bit, and we were going to grab us a snack. We went ahead and got us a drink right there at the little bakery, and then me and Matt climbed up the Anakeesta Tower, as you can see here. And this provides some great views looking down at Gatlinburg and, of course, across the mountains. And it did have a couple of spots. I think there was 2 spots where it was like a clear floor, but honestly, it was kind of milky. And so it wasn't totally clear, but it was still kind of a little bit freaky standing there, being able to see down. But this was a neat little thing up here. It gives you a great viewpoint of the surrounding areas. So we walked up there, just kind of took the views in. Right there's one of those so-called clear parts in the floor. Again, I think that, when there's leaves on the trees, I think this would be beautiful. And it would also, I think, be an absolutely incredible sunset place to watch. And the thing is, if you've never been up there, like I said, this was the first time for all of us. There's so much seating, so it's perfect. There's not a whole lot of inclines, so it's not anything real hard just walking around. But they have got seating everywhere with great viewpoints in all different areas, and everything is it's decorated. It's so cute. This time of year, though, there wasn't a whole lot. Mainly tulips were what they had out that were in bloom. I would imagine in the summer when they've got other flowers out, and of course, like I said, the trees have put out, I would say it's a whole different vibe. But, going up here and seeing the tulips alone, I thought was, and there were a couple other little spring flowers, like some phlox that was in bloom. That was pretty much it, but it still provided such a cool little scenery. And then you got the gorgeous mountains as the backdrop. I highly recommend it. And they've got a few little places to get some snacks, and there's a place to get some pizza. They've got hot dogs, and then they have an actual restaurant up there, which we did not do because after we left here, we ended up we had dinner reservations at the Peddler. So we wanted just a little light snack to hold us over. But from what I've read and seen, the restaurant, the food is pretty good. So we may give that a shot the next time that we go. And I would definitely like to be up there at sunset time. So for the last little bit of the Anakeesta footage, I'm going to stop talking and just play some music and just let you enjoy the pretty flowers, the little water features, all the little cute scenery parts of the area, just so you can take it all in and enjoy it as much as we did. We did all ride one of the mountain coasters while we were up there. So Anakeesta has two, and I'm pretty sure both of them are included with your admission, which I think is really cool because those things, are a little bit pricey. But I was able to talk both of my parents into doing this, and considering they're 73 and 75 years old, I was pretty proud of them for getting on it. I was really surprised my dad agreed to it, but I thought it was neat. They enjoyed it. And then after we got finished at Anakeesta, we come on back down the mountain and we started making our way over to the Peddler for our dinner reservations. And this place, as I mentioned in a previous video, it is our all-time favorite steakhouse. The food is delicious. It is always on point. I did reserve this way in advance, so we were able to get a creekside table. So we had this beautiful view while we were sitting and having dinner. And I did the filet and the baked potato, and of course you get the all-you-can-eat salad. So highly recommend this place. And this is pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. The next one coming out is going to be just a tour of the putt-putt courses that we done while we were down there. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.